Glen Cove Cemetery, DAR Connections.
From 1775 to 1783, men and women of the 13 colonies fought for separation from English rule. Because of their sacrifice and perseverance, America became a new nation.
Today we stand in Knightstown's Pioneer Cemetery. Here lies a patriot of the Revolutionary War, Caleb Dilley. He was born in New Jersey in 1759 and died in Knightstown, Indiana in May of 1839.
Though there are no patriots buried in Glen Cove Cemetery, there are 34 known Revolutionary War soldiers buried in Henry County. Are you related to one of these patriots?
In order to honor their Revolutionary War soldiers, Sons of the American Revolution, SAR, and Daughters of the American Revolution, DAR, were formed. There is also a Society for Children of the American Revolution, CAR. The major Hugh Dinwiddie Chapter of DAR in Knightstown, Indiana is preparing to celebrate its 100th anniversary. The chapter was established in 1921 with 50 members. We are at the gravesite of one of these women, Elizabeth Wagner. She was a descendant of Major Hugh Dinwiddie and the chapter's first regent. To date, there are 101 known DAR members buried here in Glen Cove. They represent the Major Hugh Dinwiddie Chapter as well as other chapters throughout Indiana and other states.
My name is Diane Taylor, and I am a member of the Major Hugh Dinwiddie Chapter of the NSDAR. In my grandmother's family, there was a story handed down through the generations that 3 brothers got on a boat in Ireland and sailed to the colonies to join the fight in the Revolutionary War. When they got here, the 2 older brothers joined the colonists to fight for freedom, but the younger half-brother went with the British. So my grandmother, hearing this story, decided she was going to research her family tree, and she did. And she found that we had an ancestor, Hugh Montgomery, who fought with General George Washington at Valley Forge and several other significant battles in the Revolutionary War. Upon discovering this, my grandmother, Fanny Montgomery Pearson, and her 2 sisters, Clara Montgomery Bradway and Olive Irene Montgomery Huff, decided they were joining the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they chose the Major Hugh Dinwiddie Chapter to join. A few years later, my mother joined, and I remember when I was younger, and my mother's name was Loretta Pearson, and I remember hearing them discuss how proud they were to be a member of this organization and how they enjoyed the women in the organization. Today we are standing in Glen Cove Cemetery in Knightstown, Indiana, at the gravesite of my mother and grandmother. And both of my great aunts are buried in this cemetery also. But time goes on, and we have 2 more generations of my family in this chapter. They are myself, my sister Sandra Rivera, my 2 daughters, Brenda Cotton and Susan Eckwright. And I just want to say how I enjoy being a member of this chapter. It reminds me of my love of God, my love of my country, and my love for all mankind. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Judy Wells. I was once Hughes, as was Opal Hughes, my mother. And I just want to tell you a little bit about her. She was quite a wonderful and surprising person. She just seemingly could do just about anything she put her mind to. And she loved learning, and she loved genealogy. And when she found out that her Ali relative was in the DAR, which he was from France, and their name used to be Allier. And she went for it. We went to more graveyards, more libraries, wherever we could find information. And when she found out that she was a relative of this ancestor that was in the Revolutionary War, there was nothing stopping her, and she found it. And she loves the DAR. She loved all the people, and she did not mind taking her part in doing things. She was regent, and she didn't mind at all. She just went for it, and she loved reading the essays of the kids that wrote essays for their scholarships. I think she would have made a wonderful teacher. And so anyway, she loved her DAR, and I was so happy that she was able to find that after my father's passing. It filled her life with something meaningful. And so I appreciate it very much, letting me talk about her, and thank you very much.
Janet Johnson was a dear friend who encouraged his daughter to join Daughters of the American Revolution. She loved DAR, had a strong passion for history, and was proud of her patriot ancestor and his role in America's story. Daughters of the American Revolution continue to work towards serving our country by preserving patriot records, honoring veterans, as well as the men and women in service to our country and within our communities. We support classrooms and schools, as well as providing scholarships. As you walk through Glen Cove or any cemetery, take opportunities to discover grave markers that represent our Revolutionary War patriots, other veteran ancestors, and DAR SAR members. Maybe you have a Revolutionary War patriot in your family.